All right. Hello, and welcome back to...
Welcome back.
You forgot how to do the opening.
Catching my throat, sorry. Hello, and welcome back to Stasis Pod, the Beast Wars podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm leaving that in. I'm David.
So I hope everybody had a nice little holiday, because we are back. We needed some time to recover from Code of Hero. We all had to watch that new Star Wars movie a couple of times.
Oh, so good.
But today we are back in action with Transmutate.
Yeah, wow. There's a lot to unpack in this episode.
There is a lot to unpack. Yeah. This first aired, and this is, I guess this is our first episode of 2016, which will mark the 20th anniversary of Beast Wars.
Yay. Conveniently falling in the year of the monkey. Well, starting in February.
Oh. Well, Optimus Minor will be pleased.
Yeah.
Conveniently falling in the year of man, I feel old.
Indeed.
Yep.
This particular episode first aired March 10th, 1998, and was written by Christy Marks. Has had a long career in animation, probably best known for creating Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She also wrote a lot of G.I. Joe and a lot of War Planets, but I think this is her only Transformers work.
Yeah, there was notoriously, she was going to have a second episode in season 3 that was called Dark Glass. I guess
we'll get to that when we get to season 3, but there's a whole thing behind that.
Yeah, there's a whole story there, possibly pertinent to this episode. The rumor was that it was just too dark, but the official word is that no, it just didn't have as much action as, was wanted for an action show.
Oh, well, yeah, too dark after last episode and this episode.
This episode is what we like to call hella dark.
Yeah.
It's a real downer.
Yeah. This was also the second day of the final 5 when it originally aired. Because as I mentioned last episode, these originally aired on Cartoon Network for a change. Even though the series had been syndicated up to that point, and they were, touted as the final 5 episodes of season 2. And yeah, there was last episode, and then there's this episode. So it was a hella dark final 5.
Yes.
Yeah, a much better final 5 than the final 5 episodes of season 2 of G1 Transformers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bot is one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bot is absolutely one of those.
Yeah, if Transformers had stopped then, Bot would be the last episode.
It's not a great episode.
No.
There's like a few good minutes in it that are all swindle, and the rest is mess.
Yeah, it's a good Swindle episode, and I'm really impressed with Swindle's staying power as a character, considering that he was just...
that episode.
Well, that, and just considering that he was a combiner limb. I mean, apart
how many
from
combiner limbs have personalities?
I mean, apart from my fixation on the aerial bots, that's like the only combiner limb who's ever gotten that much attention.
And toy-wise, he's clearly the worst of the Combaticons.
It's not good. Not good.
Kinda. It's a nice mustard yellow, though.
Like, yes, but his arms are like his shoulders or at his waist. He looks really goofy.
I really ought to buy a second animated Swindle to do up in red and purple camo.
Oh, G2. But anyway, so Transmutate.
Yeah. And we open with Megatron, who is having a little snooze, and also, I guess, getting an IV drip of Energon while he sleeps.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's interesting.
I mean, I guess that's how they refuel while they sleep.
Yeah, but most
Apparently.
people do that in pods or something. It's just something we've never seen before and we'll never see again.
I mean, we've actually never seen anybody refueling on this, so I guess that's what happens.
Oh, yeah. We've seen him eating, well, gray apples, but not...
Yes, and wild bean vines and their own clones.
Well, that was off screen. But yeah, no one has ever ingested Energon in the raw.
No, so I guess that's how it happens. Whilst this is happening, Rampage, in crab mode, creeps in, and the lights are on way too high out in the hall. That's going to wake him up right away. And he tries to grab his squeeze box Spark. But unfortunately, Megatron is a light sleeper.
Yeah. Maybe he's light sensitive.
His eyes clearly are. They seem to be nodding in and out as he muttered in his sleep.
Yeah. You know, or maybe it's just really hard for a gigantic metal crab to sneak up on anybody.
Yeah.
And yet he did that in his debut episode.
This is true. Well, he had softer... It was like a swamp then. Now it's a metal floor, and he's a metal crab.
Yeah, the ting-ting makes more...
It's got to sound like somebody banging a bunch of pots together.
Tension than squish-squish.
Wonder if it would have been quieter if he used his tank mode.
That thing's got to be noisy.
Yeah.
True.
Unlike the toys version, which is probably quiet. I would imagine.
No, it's quiet until it pops off and stops working.
Yes.
At which point, the sound of you swearing is pretty noisy.
Indeed.
Anyway, that's a really short scene that just reinforces, Rampage is under the thumb of Megatron.
Yes. Meanwhile, Rat Trap, Silverbolt, and Cheetor are looking for their jamming tower, but this particular region they're in is quite seismically unstable, and Rat Trap is making some really terrible dad jokes.
Yep. I love Scott McNeil delivering exposition to Scott McNeil. And
yes.
Silverbolt not getting Rat Trap's terrible dad joke is awesome.
Oh, I think he got it. He's just totally no-selling it because it's terrible.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I don't think he gets it at first, but then when he does get it, it's like, no, that's not funny. I'm not going to pay attention to that. And the way
I'm not going to encourage you, Rat Trap.
The way the ground shakes is shown weird at first anyway. Like, the background shakes, and the ground shakes, but everybody's head doesn't shake. It's like the camera is attached to their heads and everything else is shaking. The
directing is sort of weird on this one. People's movements look a little weird.
It gets better, but just that shot was like, that seems wrong to me. Visually, it was weird.
I'm not sure. I got a new TV, and I'm not sure. This is the first thing I'm watching on it, and so I'm not sure if I haven't taken it out of that mode that makes everything look like a soap opera or not. So I'm not sure if it was just me.
You might have to adjust. Well, I think there might have been
the motion smoothing.
Yeah, you need to turn off the motion smoothing, motion interpolation.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if would that work with animated shows as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more so.
It does it with any video that gets put into it unless you specifically tell it not to.
Okay.
It might not happen automatically in, like, game mode, but yeah, everything else will do that unless you turn it off.
Okay, I thought I had turned it off, but I wasn't sure whether that worked for animation or not.
It might be on a per input setting too.
Okay.
Okay,
so
this has been Stasis Pod, the television troubleshooting podcast.
Yes. So yeah, Megatron detects them in this area. He sends Inferno and Rampage out to mess with them. And Optimus Primal also goes out because again, crazy earthquakes.
And he's not in the mood to
build a
lose any
jamming
more
tower.
friends.
Yes. So that was a nice little nod there because he's lost 3 in the past 4 episodes. We've got a real skeleton crew going on the Axelon here. Did I just hear a weird beeping noise?
I think so.
Yeah, I think my headset went down for a second. I didn't realize it would beep at everyone.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
But accompanied with these earthquakes is weird purple energy.
Is this an Energon earthquake?
I think that's coming from the pod.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why he's building a jamming tower on Earthquake Central, but maybe he didn't check first.
So my question is, do earthquakes, that's like a popular cartoon thing for earthquakes to cause that, like, these chasms to open up? Is that something that ever actually happens in real life?
No.
It's a landslide effect, kind of, but, well, the sinking down would, the jutting up and raising 50 feet in the air, no, that...
Or, just the giant chasm breaking open like Rumble is off screen.
Yeah, that could happen over multiple quakes over years, but that quickly, I don't think so.
This is portrayed like that scene from the opening of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
With
And
Rat
like I
Trap
said,
in the Bullwinkle role.
I realize it's a popular cartoon thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a
But anyway,
popular cartoon trope with no basis in reality.
Yes.
Much like falling boulders. This is
And Rat
random.
Trap almost gets caught in this, but luckily he gets away thanks to Cheetor catching him, despite Cheetor not having opposable thumbs.
Oh,
managed
yeah.
it.
Also, they both get zapped by some weird energy field thing and fall to the ground anyway.
Yes.
Also, I've noticed in this episode that sadly Megatron does seem to have broken Inferno of calling him my queen.
Yeah.
However briefly.
Yeah.
Happened
Yeah.
2 episodes ago that he was sticking to royalty, I think. But...
He was like,
Mhm.
Megatron was like really mad about it or something.
I think it happened after the time that Dinobot switched sides.
Yeah, I think it was around there.
Yeah, because Dinobot rubbed it in.
That
Yes.
is a nice little bit of continuity though.
Mm-hmm.
That he has continued not calling him my queen.
Yes. So yeah, this unearths a stasis pod that is also bristling with this crazy purple energy.
Yeah,
Also, rocks fall on everyone.
we found the life hold! Hooray! I've been
Yay.
playing too much Xenogears. My first thought was life hold, not stasis pod. Seeing that.
You know.
Yeah, so now they're after the stasis pod as well. Inferno reaches there first, but Silverbolt kind of weirdly grabs and throws him in a way that makes no sense. It looks really weird.
So you remember how back at like the beginning of the season we thought that maybe the term Fusor was used like once and then never again? That's not the case at all.
No, it turns out it's all the time.
Yeah. 'Cause Inferno calls Silverbolt a Fusor as they're fighting.
Yes. Which, I mean, gotta sell those toys, I guess.
Yeah, it's right there on the packaging.
And they're certainly selling a lot of those Silverbolts this year, because he is in a lot of these episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We get that trumpet sting all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, well, he's a fun character. People want to write him.
Yeah.
And I guess also they haven't been writing about him for a season already,
Yeah.
which I'm sure helps.
Almost everybody else gets pushed to the background. On both sides.
Yeah, this is a real selling the new toys episode, because there's a lot of Rampage in this one, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No quick strike, though.
No quick
Yeah.
strike, no.
I mean,
That's-
I can only it doesn't seem like it's just conveniently selling the toys, though, so I'm gonna forgive them on this one, because it is because of their characters and who they are and how they interact with.
Well, it's kind of A follows B. Sell these new toys. Find a way to sell these new toys. Oh, we found a way to sell these new toys. Well, at least Silverbolt. Sorry, Quick Strike.
Yeah, I suppose that works. Well, Quick Strike was a basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
By which I mean he liked to wear Uggs and leggings and get pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah, anyway, Rampage, now, he's interested in this pod, and he gives a little pep talk, as its computer is warning that its destruction is imminent.
And he
It's not
can...
just a pep talk. It seems like he's doing the emotional vampire thing again.
Yes, he says he can feel emotions and the power.
He's doing a very sort of empathic, kind of weird thing.
Which is creepy.
He is creepy. He's creepy in this episode.
Because it's like, well, if we're taking that he is an emotional vampire, it means he can feel the emotions in this pod, which means he should be able to feel everybody else's emotions. Or he's just crazy and he's talking to an inanimate stasis pod.
I mean,
I'd buy either of those.
it could be both.
It could just be he can only feel particularly strong and simple emotions.
I'm never going to say that he's not crazy, so.
Yes.
I'm never going
Well, no,
to
I mean, as established later in the show, he eats people.
Yeah.
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 Later in this episode. I didn't notice, well, I guess he hasn't had much chance to talk. He talks with the horns on the side of his head.
Yes, that is great.
Yes, he emotes with them.
I did not remember that at all. And it's in a weird way, it reminds me of how Wheeljack talked in G1, like his ears would light up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Protoform X just has these spikes that grow and animate. They're like gesturing little hands almost on the side of his head.
Yeah. I mean,
I
really like Rampage's head design with the crazy sideways mouth. And
yeah.
It's very expressive for something that's only kind of a face.
Yeah.
It has eyes and maw and
something vaguely resembling a mouth.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And yeah, a bunch
the
of little
really
horns
distinct
on the side.
eyebrows help, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of gets the basic emotions across, and then everything else just kind of gives it that delightful flourish that makes him seem creepy and alien while still getting everything across that it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this pep talk works, and this pod explodes, and Rat Trap is very surprised at what's coming out. Because what's coming out is weird looking.
Commercial break.
Yeah, it's a his commercial break reaction is so dramatic, considering what comes out.
I mean, it's pretty dramatically weird.
Yeah.
And here we get to the point where we have to unpack some stuff about what comes out.
Yeah, so what comes out is voiced by voice director Susan Blue.
Yay! Also known as RC from Generation 1.
And also from Animated.
Oh, yes. Her. It was the voice is modulated so oddly I couldn't tell. I thought it might have been Venus Terzo.
I mean, it's hard to tell even that it's a woman doing the voice.
Yeah.
Well, it does still sound fairly feminine. I mean, that's one of the things that we need to unpack here, is because Transmutate very clearly reads as female.
If you're gonna read a gender on Transmutate, you'd go female, kinda, but
it's a very androgynous figure in a series that's either very masculine coded or very feminine coded.
Yes.
And is such a majority masculine coded that you'd kind of weigh androgynous as femme coded.
Yeah, Transmutate is this gold and turquoise, asymmetrical, strange looking. The face is very human, the most human face of any of the characters, but in such a weird, like, scream face kind of way. It manages to be endearing and frightening at the same time.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen it, I would say take a moment to Google it. And if you haven't seen it recently, I would still say to take a moment to Google it.
Yeah, I think considering a lot of like we were saying, Rampage, his inhuman face is really well animated. Transmutate's face is the most well animated humanoid face they've done.
It kind of reminds me of the water face from The Abyss.
Oh yeah. A lot like that.
It's well animated, but it looks creepily inhuman.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because of just how smooth it is and how
it's in the old uncanny valley.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
I think that's what they were going for, so it's not a complaint.
No. It works.
Yeah, but anyway, everybody on the show, including the characters who are nice to Transmutate, they all use the pronoun it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very, very interesting.
Except for, I don't think Rampage ever calls Transmutate it.
I don't think Transmutate...
No, I'm pretty sure isn't there an it belongs to me?
Oh, right. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you can understand that from Megatron. And it may be, I mean, okay, keep in mind, again, like we said towards the beginning, this aired in 1998.
Yeah.
So we did not have quite so much, radical gender theory sort of stuff, or even, radical disability theory stuff as we have now. So we have context for these sorts of things that weren't really necessarily going to be open and known to people dealing with this show at the time. And it does make me wonder if, in a modern context, if they would have gone with a singular they, or perhaps had characters like Megatron use it when characters like Rampage and Silverbolt would use they, or, whether it would be interesting to see how differently it would be dealt with if tackled by, some of the more aware, and certainly James Roberts comes to mind as one of the more aware Transformers writers of modern times. If someone like he were to take on a character like that, how the pronouns would have been handled. Yeah. But again,
we might see something like this in the comics if they were going to do something like this again, but in the modern context with just that much more general knowledge and awareness of the themes that this episode is kind of dealing with, I don't think anything intended for TV would touch this with a 10-foot pole.
No, probably not. Well, because now we're also looking at it from a perspective of what's going on now with like the Transformers comics and gender as it is. We're projecting a little bit onto this thing, which is not...
Transmutate's gender is not really an issue in this episode.
Yeah, it's not.
But I will say that personally, I was surprised to revisit the episode and discover that Transmutate was not female gendered in the episode, because I had remembered things that way. I don't know if it's just because the fans who I tended to communicate with had, generally referred to Transmutate as female. Like I said, I personally think that Transmutate reads as female. So I guess the question for us is then going forward with discussing this episode, do we want to continue with it, or do we want to use a singular they, or
maybe
I'm gonna have trouble not using she, because
she's probably okay. They did the club did a spoilers for the end of this episode, but despite the end of this episode, Transmutate has had a surprisingly long afterlife in further Transformers media.
Yeah.
And was the subject of a story from the club with Protoform X. I think did Greg Sepelek and Trent Troop write that one?
I think so.
Okay, so that's probably actually good then.
Yeah.
And written with some sensitivity, and in that Transmutate is female.
Also, apparently the original casting description included with the script for the episode does gender Transmutate as female.
Okay. So we'll go with she.
Yeah, okay. I think it would be fair. We'll note here that throughout the episode, other characters refer to Transmutate as it, but given the casting official stuff and everything else, I think she is good.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of Susan Blue, Rattrap refers to his great aunt RC.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Which it's just such a quick line, you would almost miss it, because you hear the great aunt and he kind of quickly goes through RC that you might wait, what did he say? But since we have DVDs, he definitely said RC.
Yes. Yeah. Or back in my day, VHS, so we could just rewind it. I will note that I can probably find my VHS tape that just says Beast Wars Final 5 on the label. So, which is part of how I have it burned into my head that these were the final 5, and I keep bringing that up. It's because that's what my VHS tape was labeled, because that was how it was advertised on Cartoon Network at the time that it came out.
I want to see the Bob from Toonami interstitials between the commercial breaks.
I should see if I can find that.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if I
put those on YouTube, and
I don't know if I took those out, but I'll have to see if I can find that, because I do. Yeah. Given my archival tendencies, I do actually have a working VHS player still.
They do exist.
They do! It's covered in so much
They
dust
do
that
exist.
I do still have it. So I'll see if I can find those.
I'm assuming it's just in a back room, like at the end of Raiders.
That's kind of how my entire apartment is, though.
Yeah.
We're gonna put top men on getting that VCR running.
Yeah. I mean,
Top
I
men.
was looking for something the other day, and I'm like, oh, here's a VHS copy of the Lensman anime, and like 5 different editions of Alice in Wonderland, and a ferret, and that's kind of how my apartment is. I used to work at a used bookstore. I don't know if I mentioned that on the podcast before, but I used to work at a used bookstore for about 3 years, so I've accumulated an astonishing amount of obsolete technology and obsolete stories. So yes, I will see if I can find it.
Yay!
So yes, he and I've mentioned before how, whenever any of these references crept into Beast Wars, and we will get into this more in the next episode, how the old school fandom was always like, yay! So we all took a moment to cheer for Great Aunt Arcee, and occasionally have this debates over how serious that was, like whether it was literal or...
Oh, that's a discussion for another day, how you have an aunt.
How Transformers would have aunts.
I mean, they have cousins.
Apparently.
Like
they also apparently have grunge based on, random references in Beast Wars, so I don't know how seriously we can really take these.
And in this episode, they have erector sets.
Yes.
At one point, Rat Trap refers to Transmutate as a nutty erector set.
Yeah. On the other hand, Cheetor does drop Rat Trap about 20 feet after Rat Trap starts complaining he's being lifted by his tail. So I'm not sure whether or not we need to take the numbers down off the Cheetor did something stupid, hasn't done something stupid sign.
Yeah, he did that intentionally, and then Rat Trap calls him a chrome hairball. Which was very timely, because like a minute later I heard a cat hacking up a hairball behind my couch.
Don't you have a chrome one?
No, it was not chrome, thankfully. It was long hairball.
Oh.
But I cleaned it up and pet the kitty anyway. Not your fault.
So yes, so
Rampage is, he's telling Transmutate, kill the Maximals, and Silverbolt is trying to offer it friendship. And then Inferno shows up and shoots it, and it just blasts everybody.
Yeah.
It's because again,
everybody except Rampage, it looks like.
I think Rampage is either standing in the right place, or he's just the biggest and the toughest.
Well, he's prototype.
I'd buy either of those.
You can't kill him, and his spark is only partially in his body, so he's sort of immune.
Yeah. But to, again, reference more than meets the eye, Transmutate, as it turns out, is what we would call an outlier.
I guess.
Yeah, a lot of power in this. It has like a sort of energy... Sorry, I keep doing that. She has like an energy scream that shorts people out.
Yeah, she's got like this crazy banshee scream sonic wave thing. I guess
it sort of makes the air warp like when you look over a fire, and it's a really cool effect.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
So it's kind of weird that Rampage names Transmutate here, and then goes on to say, "I'm your friend, your only friend." And then we cut to another scene where Rampage goes through a longer naming monologue where he describes her and comes to the conclusion that Transmutate is an appropriate name.
Yeah, he names her like 3 times.
We got the scene twice, sort of.
Yes. Partly transmetal, but also a mutant.
Partly metal, partly real.
Rampage.
Well, I guess maybe because he considers himself a mutant. Maybe.
Well, I guess they did previously refer to Starscream as having a mutant, indestructible spark.
Oh yeah, they did. Huh. Okay, so it does kind of work. But it's weird just how he says it, calls her Transmutate, and then does it again. Like
there's definitely some sort of script error there, or some sort of
editing.
They transposed something.
Editing, people, come on, editing.
Yes.
Come on, Bob Forward. You're supposed to be on this stuff.
And there's also a really weird cut in there where Silverbolt is really relieved to see Optimus, and then we don't see Optimus.
Yeah. One of the weirdest things in the entire episode, watching Transmutate walk.
That is a weird walk cycle.
She has a very mechanical expressiveness, just motions. Her motions are animated very mechanically.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, also, she's got this very misshapen...
Yeah, she's got like one regular leg and one digigrade leg, and...
Right, so that would be super hard I imagine, to animate walking in any sort of normal fashion.
Yeah.
The end result is something that's a bit Ministry of Silly Walksy.
Yes.
A bit, but...
Poor Transmutate.
So Inferno catches up with him and, says, okay, we gotta take Transmutate to Megatron. And then Megatron sends it's the return of Megatron's giant floating head.
Oh, wait,
Yay!
no. Isn't this after Protoform or Rampage says he would consider eating Inferno or something? He goes full hateful lecture.
Have I ever told you how much I like ants? Preferably fried with a side of grated gears.
Yeah.
Fried in mech fluid.
Yes. Fried in a subtle blend of mech fluid and grated gears, because sometimes Rampage is just Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Also, he's Campbell Lane again, correct?
Yeah, Campbell Lane.
He does such an excellent job in this episode.
Oh, yes.
He's carrying a lot of this episode.
Yeah, he does just... He's really good. He's really good this episode.
He and Scott McNeil are the MVPs here.
Yeah, very much.
And especially Campbell Lane has such tonal shifts to handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rampage is sort of very tender and, friendly with Transmutate, but then sometimes he's also a blathering maniac.
Yeah, that's part of it, is just his, you can, even though he's got that very almost, that very scary sort of menacing voice, just the way it just shifts like that, it's good. It's a good job, some good acting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Megatron's giant floating head's back.
I love his giant floating head.
And his giant floating head is a giant floating asshole.
Pretty much.
Yes.
He's like, this thing looks dumb.
Yeah, this is ugly.
Kill it. Kill it.
Looks like
Transmutate, ugly name for an ugly creature.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, he wants to kill it, and then they try to convince him. Rampage says, no, we may be able to use her. Or Transmutate. And then they try to convince Transmutate to transform, and she can't.
Come on, look at her. She clearly has no alt mode.
And then Megatron's all hating on Action Masters. No, destroy that thing.
A jerk.
Come on, we can't sell that.
Yeah.
It'll have to be a Build-A-Figure in the 10th anniversary set. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
And also, when Rampage gives him a little lip, or whatever he has instead of lips, we shift from the giant floating head to the giant floating hand.
Yes.
That's crushing Rampage's squeeze box spark.
Yes, apparently whatever he uses to capture that image of his head, he just sticks the spark box into.
Oh, is this foreshadowing of one of the alt modes of the Megatron from the first Robots in Disguise?
Oh, hey, he'll be both a giant head in the next series, and in the series after that, a giant hand.
Yeah.
Sadly, they didn't continue with this, and Armada had Megatron turning into a giant foot.
It's not too late with Combiner Wars. We can have an all Megatron combiner.
Oh, so good.
Anyway, so this doesn't go so well, but Rampage does eventually convince Megatron to bring him the Maximals' heads. So, Optimus Primal and Silverbolt are splitting up. They're looking for Transmutate. Silverbolt he's very nice in this episode, but he's also kind of a dope.
Yeah,
That's what he is.
And he walks into a very obvious trap.
Yeah.
He is kind of a derp, just in general.
Yes.
Well, it's like, who else would you have in this role anyway? Rattrap complains that the things getting out of these pods are getting weirder and weirder. Cheetor is a stupid child. You kind of got.
If this was season 1, this would definitely be a Cheetor episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or a Tigatron episode.
Yes, Tigatron. Would have been a better Tigatron episode, probably.
I think it works well with Silverbolt's nobility, whereas I think Tigatron kind of has that law of the jungle thing, where he might be inclined to, let nature take its course.
Yeah, but he would try. It would be nice.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, in terms of characters, this is a Rampage episode.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a really odd Rampage episode. Rampage has emotions other than eat.
Eat your face.
I mean, prior to this, Rampage has basically just been a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a monster in this episode, but, he's one of those monsters that you feel bad once the villagers with torches catch up to him.
I don't...
No.
He's really emotionally manipulative towards Transmutate.
Well, yes.
Because he only
admittedly.
likes Transmutate because she's powerful. And
no,
like him. It's
Well, yes, and strange like him. He likes her because he's sort of projecting this image of himself onto her. That she's monstrous and he's monstrous. And I think this, too, is a lot of where the whole question of gender comes into play, is because she is treated as a very sort of like a romantic object, I want to say.
Yeah, it's kind of a narcissistic, one-sided romance on...
Yeah, it's a little bit
part.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. I mean, he's creepy. He's being kind of creepy about it.
Yeah.
He's being a creeper.
Yes.
He's a creeper, but it's still the one nice thing he does.
Yeah.
In such a weird way.
I mean, it feels less intentionally creepy than, say, a Tarantulas.
Yeah, if it had been a
Like,
Tarantulas...
Rampage is just horribly deluded.
Yeah.
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 He really thinks he's doing the right thing, whereas Tarantulas knows he's not doing the right thing, but he does it anyway, because he's Tarantulas.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, Silverbolt falls for this hilariously obvious trap. Rampage tries to let Transmutate have the killing blow, but when she hesitates, Inferno knocks her aside, and he's going to finish Silverbolt himself, but then she just blows him up. Or blasts him into the horizon Team Rocket style.
He goes hell of a far.
Oh, yes.
To save Silverbolt.
Mm.
Yes. Wait.
Primal shows up, drops a gigantic rock on Rampage, because giant rock's the bane of all Predacons.
Yeah.
How is that still up there after the earthquakes from earlier in the episode?
It was just hanging on.
They've walked to a different location. It might be far enough away, but yeah, kind of. It should have been in range.
They had to go walk to where there were some more rocks that hadn't been knocked down yet.
We can't have the trap here. There are no rocks to fall on anybody.
Yeah.
Let's take a path home that Tarantulas has never walked on. There's no boulders.
We also get kind of a creepy sequence of Rampage offering instructions for how Transmutate can use her energy blast powers. It's kind of like Palpatine instructing Luke to give into his anger.
Yes.
Well, and it kind of works, because each time Transmutate uses her power, it's more focused. Like, the first time is just this wide area attack, and then eventually she's concentrating into a beam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And this does, again, play into how narcissistic this is of him, that he's, talking about, this darkness within you. And, I mean, apart from the fact that her energy blasts seem to have a, purpley black blue sort of thing going on, I don't see what this darkness is.
Yeah.
I mean, the power, when she uses her powers, there's sort of that visual key of sort of dark colors and all, but yeah, I'm not seeing where he's thinking she's full of darkness.
Well, it could be like he's mistaking her power for his own power, which he views as dark.
I mean, that could be, again, because he's being a narcissist about it.
Yeah.
Whereas, personality-wise, Transmutate is very sort of innocent and childlike.
Yeah.
Really
doesn't
below
seem to really have any darkness.
No.
Yeah, kind of creepily childlike in this context.
Yes.
That makes Rampage's crab boner even more creepy.
Yeah.
Hella dark, guys. Hella dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, Silverbolt keeps Transmutate from blasting Primal, and they fly off, including Transmutate, who has a little crystal in her back that allows her to fly.
Yeah, she talks. Is her first
very
line,
happy.
Is her first line hurt earlier? I think that's the first line she says.
No, she says her own name at some point, like repeating it after Rampage. I think that's it.
Yeah, because I'd kind of forgotten she talked at all. I thought she was just like Black Bolt. Anytime she opens her mouth, there was a sound effect.
I mean, there's a
line of dialogue that implies that.
Yeah. And they get away just in time for Rampage to bust out of his rocks and get really clingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
will
so
not
pissed
have
that
it,
his
Optimus.
emo girlfriend is gone.
Yes, you will not have it, Optimus. The darkness of its spark echoes my own. It belongs with me.
There's no darkness. She doesn't have any
Kendalling
darkness.
is so good in this.
He is, though. He's so good. He's selling it, though.
Yeah. And we're back at the Maximal base. Rhinox is taking a look at Transmutate, and the prognosis is not great.
No.
And Rat Trap's being a real dick about everything here, for some reason.
Well, somebody has to be the evil Maximal who thinks it's the thing.
So I will note, this is something that's come up on, when I've been listening to Rachel and Miles explain the X-Men, is where this whole sort of thing becomes a very flawed allegory. Like I said, if you were to look at this as some sort of, disability allegory, the thing is, yeah, she's got this incredible power. It's like when you try to use mutants like the X-Men as some sort of allegory for oppressed groups, it kind of falls apart when you get to the point where some of them can just kill people with a thought.
Yes.
And so, yeah, this is the point where, and that's what Optimus ultimately declares, is that she's basically just too powerful to be allowed to be. That they basically need to put her down.
It's not even... He says she's a danger to herself and everyone around her, but not using those pronouns.
Yeah.
And then doesn't even say that she needs to be put down, just that they want to put her into stasis lock until they get back to Earth. Which...
Cybertron.
Back to Cybertron.
Yeah, Cybertron.
They might be able to do something for her on Cybertron.
Yeah.
And stasis lock is not fatal.
No.
Well, okay.
Just going to sleep for a little bit.
The point is that, yes, where the whole allegory breaks down is that she is too powerful to just allow to be as she is.
Yeah, she's not...
Especially because she clearly doesn't have that much of a grasp on the level of power that she has.
Yeah, they compare her intellect to, like, that of a droid. She's not an allegory for anything human. She's an allegory for a broken machine, a broken thinking sentient machine, but still, it's
definitely
really
the kind
uncomfortable
of plot you'd see on like a Star Trek.
Yeah.
It is. It is like a plot you'd see on Star Trek, and it would be called out as one of those episodes that they didn't quite get right.
Yeah.
Well, Star Trek, yeah. Yeah, this would be like Data finding an alien android.
Yeah, and except it's actually like a kill bot, and its brain circuits are scrambled.
Yeah.
It's an Assaultron. I've been playing Fallout 4, I'm sorry.
I thought you said an Ultron.
No, an Assaultron, which are these disturbingly feminine, like, battle robots. They aren't even that feminine, it's just they're built vaguely feminine, and also they have a female voice. But also they have terrifying Cyclops-esque eye beams, and will bust you up real good. So yeah. But they are robots. And they are feminine, and they will kill you quickly.
So yeah, Silverbolt is really not having this stasis lock plan. And he calls everybody a fool.
Well, he's right, but he's wrong.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. Because he's right, they shouldn't be treating her as an object, but she's also damaged and dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's like, all sides of the argument are right, except, well, kind of Rat Trap.
And Rat Trap isn't wrong, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, which is how he relates to everybody. It's how he warmed up to Dinobot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just won't work with Transmutate because she can't understand.
Yeah. I mean, she's not cognizant.
Meanwhile, Rampage, is he using the radio here, or is he telepathic?
I
That is a good question.
Radio, because
let's not answer it.
Have radios worked past the force field in the Maximal base before?
I think so.
Okay, so maybe it's radio, but the way he's talking, it's like he's projecting his thoughts, not talking.
Yes. Like the show, let's not explain it.
It's just weird.
I mean, I don't think at any point before or since Rampage is ever telepathic.
No. Or maybe it's because she's so powerful she can hear him out there just talking.
Maybe?
It's not clear, it's just this...
Because Rampage knows that Transmutate can hear him.
Yeah. Hey, he's a psychic vampire. He's doing vampire stuff.
Yeah, he's creepy enough that, we can just assume he has this power.
I mean, it sort of was presented sort of like it was because of their deep bond.
Yeah, that's just...
I don't buy a deep bond between them. No. It's entirely one-sided.
No.
Yeah. And maybe if they'd explain something about, like, Transmutate imprinting onto Rampage like a baby duck or something.
Yeah, because he does touch her pod and get his hand shocked before...
Aww.
Also, when it explodes, it, like, blows his claws off, or they just forgot to animate them earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, immediately after Inferno showed back up, after she kind of came around, Rampage was kind of whispering under his breath about how they were going to destroy their oppressors. And then Inferno just yells at them for plotting behind his back. In what may be the most astute Inferno has been in the entire series.
Yeah. You actually noticed. He's the worst to send along with people who are plotting. And well, I mean, he's not worse than Scorponok. Scorponok was the worst.
Yeah. I mean, he's loyal to a fault, which makes him a good choice, but he's not bright.
Yeah. But he is slightly more competent than Scorponok.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Inferno at least has the firepower and strength to back up anything he says.
Yeah.
Scorponok never did. Scorponok was more competent, though, kind of. I mean, intellectually, anyway.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah. Sometimes he was the default stupid guy.
Yeah. He's insane.
Yeah, and also Inferno usually gets at least one cool episode or cool line per episode about burning something.
Yeah, Scorponok.
And it's when he says something about "You'll be too busy burning, Maximal."
Yeah, Scorponok never really had any good lines.
Well, no, because I think his only attempt at one was guerrilla warfare when Primal and Dinobot are out. Well, let's go get our next specimen, and then he yells, "How about an arachnid?" And then I assume everybody just told Scorponok to stop trying.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
He's like Bumblebee on Robots in Disguise trying to come up with a good catchphrase. It's just not happening. Anyway, so thanks to this psychic command, Transmutate just busts right out of the Maximal base. Flies right through the ceiling.
Guys through the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is to say, oh, yeah.
Something about the way she is when she flies, the way she's enjoying flying, just really reminds me of Johnny 5.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there.
Thankfully, Silverbolt is not faking an Indian accent in this episode.
But what if he was?
Oh. I mean, I'm sure Scott McNeil can do one.
Oh, yeah.
And also, it's a cartoon, so he would not also be in an offensive amount of brown face.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we have had Indian characters voiced by white guys on Transformers.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's less of a problem in a cartoon than it is in real life.
Yes.
We also had Casey Kasem quit over racism, so.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Carbomia. Damn you. Stupid writers.
So bad.
How has
Coming
the
up
Simpsons
next,
had
the
the
top
most
10
prominent
reasons why you can kiss my ass goodbye.
How is it that the most prominent Indian character on American television is played by a white guy doing an accent?
That guy on Big Bang Theory?
Simpsons.
No.
Oh, Apu.
Yeah, Apu on The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they only had like 5 voice actors. They had to make do.
Yes. Anyway, so Transmutate goes out to see Rampage, but Silverbolt is also there, and they shoot missiles at each other. Transmutate sort of creates a force field around herself, which intercepts the missiles, and it just blows her up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure... Is this like an end of Bride of Frankenstein, We Belong Dead kind of thing?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so. It's hard to tell. Like, she was just trying to stop them fighting. She didn't want them to hurt each other.
Yeah, it very much came across as her trying to stop the fight because she cared for both of them.
Yeah, she just didn't want them to fight. It's like when Inferno was attacking earlier. She attacked him because she didn't want him fighting. She doesn't like people fighting.
And also Rampage gets in an "it is only for me" in here, which that's still creepy. Rampage,
stop being a creeper. Seriously.
Rampage, you didn't need to watch Jessica Jones on Netflix and decide that Kilgrave guy seemed really cool.
Yeah, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
And this, I'm not 100% on this episode, but this bit with where Transmutate's dispersing purple energy falls like purple snow is really nice.
Yeah.
That's a really good shot.
And there are just bits of Transmutate all over.
All over the ground. She has some more final lines. It's like, good friend. Like,
friend, good.
Friend, good.
Friend, dark.
I am hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delivered so well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the episode quite earns it, but it's a real tearjerker.
The acting earns it even if the plot didn't.
Yes.
Susan Blue, she wasn't in Beast Wars much, but she is a really good voice actress.
Well, she was the voice director on most of the show, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was voice director on most Transformers shows until I think the second season of Transformers Prime, when actually her wife died.
Oh.
Right.
At which point she took a break. But then not too... A little bit afterwards, she has ended up remarrying like a massage therapist, and I am so jealous. So jealous. But anyway, the point is she's like, a really good, very well established voice person. So between her and Campbell Lane and Scott McNeil, this episode is just beautifully done.
Yeah, and the directing here is really nice. The framing of these shots and the snow effect.
Yeah.
And Silverbolt just tells Primal to leave Rampage be because today we are brothers.
Yeah, while Rampage is cradling the head of Transmutate.
Yeah. And that is the episode. It doesn't quite work as
dark.
well.
Yeah.
It is hella dark. It doesn't quite work as well as it could, but it's a lot to pack into 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It requires you to invest a lot in this character in a very short period of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of credit for trying and a lot of credit for getting as much right as it does at the time that it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, this came out in 1998, so... Christy Marks is... she's a good writer. She does do a lot of, progressive stuff, and for 1998, this was pretty great.
Yeah, but trying to fit into the normal Beast Wars action-y setup is a detriment to the episode in a way.
Yeah, it would almost fit better in something like Star Trek, where you don't have the mandate for action, and also it's an hour long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to an episode of Rachel and Miles earlier where they were doing an interview with the then current writer of Adjectiveless X-Men, because I'm way behind on all my podcasts sometimes.
Was it G. Willow Wilson?
Yes, it was, and she was talking about how her editors were always telling her, "That's great, but where's the part where they punch each other?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem with genre writing in general. I know that I've questioned my own work, and I would like to note that my agent not my agent yet, but the agent I am hoping for will hopefully be getting back to me on my revisions any day now. So I speak of this in a fairly, professional manner. And I know I've certainly worried in my own writing whether there's enough punching and stabbing with swords. And yeah, that's something that you end up kind of having to balance, because especially for something like that is for that particular audience that wants to see punching, you have to balance that out. And like I said, that was a lot of what was said as to why the episode she put together for season 3 didn't work out, was because there wasn't enough action. That was a little too much on the feels and not enough on the punching. So,
yeah. I mean, this isn't just genre work, but genre work that is intended to sell, plastic toys that shoot spring-loaded missiles at each other.
Yeah, and that's gotta be that's gotta be much worse than just trying to write, adventure fantasy for adults.
Yeah, especially since the title character isn't an actual toy. It did eventually become a toy, as we mentioned before, but
twice.
Twice.
There's the Build-A-Figure that came in with the Beast Wars Anniversary figures, and then there was a club exclusive that I think is it's Prime RC, right?
Yeah, which is a nice.
Yes. Which is a good mold.
Yeah, and it's a nice color scheme.
But yes, it was basically an alternate universe sort of story where she wasn't, I don't know the best way to put it, she wasn't created in the manner.
Stasis pod that went through hell and back before managing to turn on.
Yeah, she wasn't from a damaged stasis pod.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is really our last sort of traditional stasis pod episode. And I mean, this isn't a traditional stasis pod episode because they're not selling you the character that came out of the stasis pod.
Yeah. There's no more characters that pop out of a stasis pod who show up. We get more characters, but alternate delivery systems.
Yes.
Season 3 is going to be interesting to go into for me, because I don't think I've rewatched a lot of it since it first aired, so I don't remember.
Well, hey, only 3 episodes to go.
Yeah.
Because next time, the first item on our agenda is the first part of the agenda.
Oh, yeah.
And so we will be back giving you that in one short week. But until then, you can find us all over the internets. We are on Twitter at @StasisPod. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/StasisPod. And we're on Tumblr at stasispod.tumblr.com.
And our RSS feed is hosted by iaconunderground.net.
You can also find us on iTunes, and while you're there, rate and review us. That'd be great. And hey, if you want to talk to us about the various issues that this episode presented, then why don't you drop us a line into the old Maxa mailbag? You can write it into stasispodcast@gmail.com, and we'll read your letter on the air.
Yeah, we like email. We haven't got any in quite a while.
And this is a very discussable episode.
Oh, yeah. All sorts of stuff that I'm sure we didn't talk about. So, until next week, when we kick off the season-ending and possibly reality-ending 3-parter.
Spoilers.
I've been Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about on the episodes?
Do we want to do Last Sins of the Wreckers on this one, or do we want to wait till that series is finished and we know what's going on?
You can.
I'm behind on it, so.
I've only read the first one.
I've only read the first few pages of the first one.
Okay, because Beast Wars kind of stuff happens in the second issue.
Oh.
Yes, very much so. Also, I think there's some stuff that I don't know if I would even call it a theory so much as I think I have an idea of where he's going with this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who the bad guy is.
Yeah, I mean, there's some imagery going on there that,
Oh, right, I do remember hearing rumors.
pretty...
I definitely need to catch up on that.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Let's start unpacking.
All right.
On the Stasis pod.